So we are back to the brand episode of the Raptors MyGM here in 2K17. In the last episode, we played that game against Indiana. They're in Indiana, and we won that game though, so 101-85 W for us. Lowry 17 points, DeRozan 15, 4, and 9. Great game out of DeRozan there. His shooting wasn't the greatest, but at the same time, still a good game out of him. We had Valanciunas playing well, and Corey Drew hitting that full court shot there in that game. 4 for 6 shooting, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, 1 for 1 from full court. So great game out of the Raptors there in that Pacers game. Now I believe we went and clinched the playoffs. We did. Okay, so we clinched third so far in the playoffs, and it looks like we're not going to catch up to the Cavs at all. Like 76ers number 1 there in the East. Cavs are second. We are probably going to be in the third in the Eastern Conference. So we're going to go and sim a few games up to probably the end of the season because we have nothing else to do, and then go and see what our playoff matchup is in the playoffs. Let's go sim to the 76ers game and see if we can go and take the W against the number 1 team in the East. Because during the sim, we just went 1-1 against the Nets right there. But team stats, we have Yai is not happy with the minutes he's been getting. So let's check out Yai, see if he's a tough love guy or if he is a coddler. Tough love, okay. We'll give Yai some tough love because he doesn't need that many minutes though. He's not a starter caliber player, especially when you have Yai or have Thad Young on the team. So go do that. Make him tough love. And no comment. There you go. So in real life though, with the Raptors though, the thing I'm happiest about though for that real life is the fact that PJ Tucker, Serge Ibaka, they're playing so well in real life right now after that one game. It's a good preview to hopefully what's going to be the end of the season for the Raptors, because if they play as well as they did against those Celtics, it'll be a pretty good end of the season for the Raptors in real life. But Jared Sullinger once talked about improving his organizational role. Is he a tough love guy? He is a tough love guy. Go check that out and give him some tough love. There you go. No comment. And let's keep on saying, we won against the Cavs though. How did we win against the Cavs? Hold up. Yeah, 13 games back, we're not going to catch that. 76ers finally clinched first in the 62-18 record. It's just crazy for them. I'll check this game. DeRozan 34, Lowry 24 and 10, and yeah, the Kevin Love played well, but the rest, I don't know how we went against Kevin Love, LeBron James, and Kyrie Irving of the Cavs. Let's go sim up to the 76ers game and see one more game against the Bulls. We won against that one. We sold 41 home games. Sick. Let's go simcast the last game against the 76ers and see if we take a W against the best team in the NBA. Can we do it? And we lose 101-97. Damn it. So DeRozan 20. Will Barton has an injury though. Hold up. Drew's tailbone. Okay, not that bad. So no major injuries for the squad before going into the playoffs. I'm glad about that. Rose Bates 20 points in that one. Lowry 12, 5, and 8, and 5. Great game at Lowry, but just didn't take that W in that game. It's Kevin Durant and the 76ers. That's crazy though. I don't know how Kevin Durant's leading these 76ers to such a great record. But let's go get to the end of this and see who we're facing off against the playoffs in the quarterfinals. Will Barton, we'll make him play through. And let's see this. So we'll reach level 20. We'll probably go with Luke Player Morale. Why not? There you go. So you kept fan inches above 60. Didn't let it drop there. So our owner's pretty happy though with these goals being met. Even though your team's home court advantage is moat round, most of you think of you guys as the inferior team. Does this concern you at all? No comment. I'm just gonna say no comment. So we went 50 and 32 on the season. Great record. It's not as good as we thought we were gonna be, but still a great record nonetheless. So LeBron is your MVP this season. Dennis Smith is your Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year is Joakim Noah though. Is he in the Knicks? Is he still in the Knicks? No, he's on Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah, LeBron is Defensive Player of the Year. So LeBron, DPOY, and MVP in the same season. Bradley Beal is your Most Improved. And Brett Brown of the 76ers, obvious Coach of the Year winner right there. Executive of the Year is the Cavs, Brandon Harrison. So All-NBA first team, you have nobody of substance that is on the Raptors, but you have Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Marcus Cousins, this time in Sacramento, because I made this before he traded Nolans. But you have All-NBA second team, you have Kyrie Irving, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Karl Anthony Towns. Third team, you do have James Harden, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, and Marcus Gasol. Although for the first team, you have Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, you have LeBron James, Draymond Green, Andre Drummond. If it's the second team, you do have Dwight Howard, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, John Wall, and Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets. Then all rookie first team, you have Dennis Smith, Jason Tatum, Harry Giles, Ivan Rabb, Bleak Monk. Second team, you have Frank Ntilikina, I can't say it well at all, Isaiah Hartenstein. We have Josh Jackson, DJ Hogg, and Matthew Fisher Davis. So that's your All-NBA teams and your All-Rookie teams and so on. So our playoff matchup though, who are we facing off against the playoffs? We're facing off against Boston once again. So if you remember last year, he went and swept Boston in 4 straight games, obviously, and moved on to the semifinals. They went and swept I believe the Chicago Bulls in 4 straight games. They faced off against the 76ers without Kevin Durant. We won in 5 games there, won 4-1. They went to the NBA Finals and lost in Game 7 against the Golden State Warriors. So, hopefully win it this year. I doubt we can with the 76ers in the same conference, but still. It wouldn't be that bad, though, if we would win the championship this year, even though our team doesn't seem like it's built to win it this year. So, let's go check out what our season stats were in the season, and then we'll go check out what our playoff preview matchup is in those Boston Celtics. So, playoff stats, or season stats, let's check this out. So, DeRozan less than points per game, 19 points per game. Lowry, 17.4. Offensive rebounds, you have Jonas Valanciunas. Defensive rebounds per game, you have Thad Young. Rebounds per game, you have Jonas Valanciunas, who didn't average double-double on the season, though. Pretty odd there. Assists per game, you have Kyle Lowry. Steals per game, Kyle Lowry. Blocks per game, you have Jonas Valanciunas. Turnovers per game, you have K-Low. Field goals made per game, you have DeRozan. Attempted per game, DeRozan. Field goal percentage, we have Tyler Litton, but he only shot like 1 shot probably. And yeah, basically our best player is Jonas Valanciunas when it comes to shooting the basketball. 3-point field goals made per game, you have Kyle Lowry. Attempted per game, you have K-Low. Percentage, we have Norman Powell there. Then free throws made per game, you have DeRozan. Attempted per game, you have DeRozan. Free throw percentage, we have Will Barton. Minutes per game, you have DeRozan. Fouls per game, you have Kyle Lowry. Points allowed per game, you have DeRozan. Point field goals made per game, you have DeRozan. Just gonna skip through this, like the opponent stuff. Plus minus points, we have DeRozan. Rebounds, you have JV. Assists, we have K-Low. Steals, we have K-Low. Block shots, we have Jonas Valanciunas. Turnovers, you have K-Low. Field goals made, we have DeRozan. Attempted per game, we have DeRozan. 3-point field goals made, we have K-Low. Attempted, we have K-Low. Free throws made, we have DeRozan. Attempted, we have DeRozan. Minutes played, we have DeRozan. Personal fouls, we have K-Low. Game started, we have Thad Young with 84 because he played in the Pacers before. And let's check this out. Points allowed, we have DeRozan. And we'll skip through all that. Then double doubles, you have JV with 25 double doubles in the season. Thad Young had 20. K-Low had 7, and so on. Triple doubles, not a single triple double registered this season for the Raptors. And plus minus, we do have, it looks like JV, and at the bottom we have Corey Joe. So Corey Joe, it doesn't look good on his track record right there. They'll have, what is that, minus 49. So Corey Joe's got to watch it though. If he doesn't play that well in the playoffs, I think he might be gone. Just based on the fact that he's going down overall. He's making $9 million. I think he might be a free agent this year though. Is he? I don't know if he is. Check out player contracts. So is he a free agent this year? That's the question. He is. He's got a player option. Okay. So I doubt he'll go and accept that player option. So most likely he'll be a free agent this season, or he might because he's a 74 overall. So you never really know. But we'll go into the first playoff matchup, which is against those Celtics. The Celtics check out their team and see how well they're doing, and so on. So let's go to standings. Let's check them out. So 76ers were first in the Eastern Conference, 64-18 record. In the West lead, the 53-29 OKC Thunder were number 1 in the West. That is insane, though. We probably would have been second in the West. We would be second in the West if we were in the Western Conference. So the West this year is so bad, though. Why? I have no idea why. I guess Kevin Durant left the Western Conference and went to the East and made one team better. But still, I don't know why the competition is so weak compared. Or it's not even that weak, though, compared to both of them. We have 3 elite teams here in the East. They have, what is that, 1 elite team practically compared to the East, though. So I guess the 3 best teams in the NBA are your Philadelphia 76ers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and OKC Thunder, and then the Raptors. So we're 4th best in the league. Not too bad of a record right there, though, to be 4th best. It's not too bad there. But we're 14 games back of the best team in the entire NBA, those 76ers. So before you do anything, let's check out what our Celtics are facing off, or we're facing off against the Celtics, and see what we're facing off against. So the Celtics, they have Isaiah Thomas, 86 overall, Avery Bradley, 83, Jaylen Brown, 78, Taj Gibson, 76, Al Horford, 84, Jay Crowder, 81, Amir Johnson, 78, Marcus Smart, 76, Jared Jones, 75, 74, Jonathan Isaac, we have Terry Rozier, 74, Alexis Ajinka was a 74, Jordan Mickey, 73, James Young at 71. So the team we're facing off against the Celtics is a deep bench, though, way deep bench. We have barely any depth compared to them. But our team, though, we have Kyle Lowry, 87 overall, DeMar DeRozan, 87 overall, Will Barton, 74 for some reason, he should be a 78. We have Thad Young, 80 overall, Jonas Valanciunas, 84, Jared Solinger, 78, Mo Spade, 76, Yai, 76, or Yee, 76, Corey Joe, 76, Shaka 75, Jared Jack 74, Norman Powell 74, Hollis Thompson 74 or 73, and Tyler Lynn 70, and Michael Beasley is 68 because I believe he is injured right now. So let's go check out what our injuries are right now for both teams in this playoff matchup. So check this out. We'll go. Wait, we have some injuries. Damn. So we'll check out our roster right now when it comes to injuries. So Will Barton seems to be injured with a bruised tailbone. That's why he's at 74 right now. We have Kaylau, who's gassed right now. DeRozan's gassed. Jared Solinger's gassed. JV is like the only starter who's actually not gassed or injured, so that's pretty good. And then, do you have any other injuries though? You have Michael Beasley with that broken right ankle, 2 to 4 weeks. That's not good for us. Michael Beasley's a beast coming off the bench. He's one of the best bench players on the team. So to go to injuries, see what we have. Will Barton day to day, and then Michael Beasley 2 to 4 weeks. The broken right ankle. So Celtics have no injury whatsoever. We have all the injuries in this playoff matchup. But we take a look at points per game. They led 102.96 for them, 51.5 rebounds to 50.6. Assists we have 27.5 compared to 24. In field goal percentage we have 454 compared to 416. And 3-point percentage we have 362 compared to 323. So the better overall team. We won 7 more games there in the entire season. So not too bad there, I guess. But we do the playoff overall advantage, home court advantage there in this first series, so it's good to see that. But let's go check out what our first thing is. Our first game, we're in Toronto, I believe. It's actually for change of pace right now. Last season, we always went and played the first game overall of the series. So actually, this time I played the third game or the second game of the series, depending on what the overall series is so far. So game 1, let's go simcast that one and see if we take a W in game 1 of the quarterfinals against these Boston Celtics. So quarter 1, we won that one. Quarter 2, tied up. But they take a lead in the third, and they win the game 93-92, 1-point W for them. So close. I don't know how we blew it in the fourth quarter, but DeRozan 21 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 4 for 13 shooting. That is not good at all. How are these shoots so bad? Oh my god, he's blowing it. But Kaylau 17.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Barton 16.7 rebounds, 1 assist. And Yee had 11 and 8. Valanciunas 10 and 8. And I think that's about it. But the Celtics, I want to see what it lit us up though. Isaiah Thomas, Mr. Fourth Quarter himself, 24 points and 40 minutes played. He killed us in the end. So we lost game 1 here in Toronto. Doesn't matter too much though. It means that we're not going to sweep them this year, but we can still come back and win this series. So game 2, we're still in Toronto. Let's hopefully win this game. And finally, Will Barton's actually back from his injury. So let the coach handle that one and put him back in the lineup. So let's check this out though. Game 2 of the quarterfinals, we got to win this one to tie this one up at 1 apiece going into Boston, because we don't want to be down 2-0 going into Boston's home territory, because they lit us up almost 9 times out of 10. So quarter 1, they win that one. Quarter 2, we take a lead and we hold on 98-76 W. We go and kill them in the second half and win this game. So quarter 1 wasn't the greatest, but we still came back and won it regardless. But it looks like Lowry 17 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. We have JV 17 points, 22 rebounds, a monster game out of JV. He played so well now, itty bitty ballers himself. But you have DeRozan 14 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal. Will Barton 12 points in his game back from injury. And that's about it. So Boston Celtics, let's do the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas 22 points in 37 minutes, 8 for 20 shooting, not the greatest, 2 for 9 from the 3-point line, not good at all. So Al Horford and the Celtics just blew it complete for them and didn't win game 2. They allow us to tie it up at 1 apiece. So it's a 1-1 game going into the first game in Boston, and I think it's the perfect game to go and play in the next episode. So you guys, let's start off here. Make sure to subscribe for more Raptors MyGM, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.